Hey there, I'm Emgris, I'm from Russia, and today we'll be talking about Russian etiquette and how you should behave when you travel to Russia, and especially if you communicate with some Russians. So stay tuned, and I will try to give you some tips about that. So the first rule is don't slurp while you eat. Actually, I know that in some countries it's considered to be a compliment to the one who prepared your dinner, because if you eat with some noise, in this case the hostess will see that you like the food. In Russia it doesn't work, and it will be seen as some impoliteness. So just don't make any noises while you eat. Tip number 2. If you visit some Russian home, don't use the boots that you were walking in outside. Don't walk in them inside. Because I know that in America you can do this and people rarely take their shoes off. But in Russia, usually we have some slippers, and when you enter the flat of a Russian family, they will give you those slippers, and you will have to take off your boots and put on some slippers. I know that in Japan this is also the thing, but in Russia that's kind of strict, and unless they tell you that don't take your shoes off, in this case you can follow this rule, but generally just take your boots off and use the slippers, or just go barefoot or in socks. The third tip is to greet with a handshake. Actually, if you visit some company, some group of people that consists mostly of men, you shake their hands, and even if you want to leave this place where you're gathering, you have to shake hands with everyone as a goodbye. So shake hands, and sometimes nowadays when we have feminism and all the stuff, sometimes women also want to get a handshake, but still in Russia it's mostly a male thing to do. So unless the girl gives you the hand for a handshake, in this case give her a handshake, but other way just approach only men with a handshake. The fourth rule is to hold the door. So if you're exiting the building and you see that someone is coming behind you, you just hold the door for them. Some time ago it used to apply only for women, so you have to help a woman to get out of the bus, for example, of some public transport. You have to hold the door for her, but nowadays it's just polite to hold the door for everyone, and it doesn't matter whether it's a male or a female. Just be polite and don't make this door slap on the face the person who is walking behind you. Especially in metro, when you see a crowd going after you, usually people hold the door for people going behind you, just as a way of being polite. Another tip is about tips. So in Russia it's not that obligatory in restaurants and in cafes to leave tips, but at least in big cities you have to leave some tips for the waitress. It's usually about 10%. You can leave more if you really like the service or the food, but usually it's just 10%. But they won't be mad at you if you don't leave any tips, but it's a way of being as well polite, and the way of following the etiquette. 10% tips and you're good to go. And another small tip for you, although usually people say that Russians don't smile and Russians are angry all the time, but actually again in big cities it's a kind of a good practice to greet the cashier, to greet a salesperson and smile at him while talking. It's not considered to be over friendliness. It's just a way of, again, being polite and some kind of etiquette. Although I heard the story that my friend from Germany, he came to, it was I think Samara, and he was smiling at the cashier. He was saying thank you, how are you, but she was so angry and she answered nothing, and she was not understanding why he was so over-friendly to her, although he was just polite. So, but still I think it's a good idea to smile and be friendly to everyone around you. Which rules of etiquette apply in your country? Please leave this in the comments, and I'm really curious to know that. And if you have any questions about Russia, leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification button, and you can follow me on other social media, links in the description below. See ya!